My name is Dr. Mohammed Abdul Khaleel, working as Associate Professor at Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology. I have 27 years of experience, international experience, industry and academics. So in this video, we'll be discussing the topic Introduction to Python and Object-Oriented Programming. This is the second lecture in the series of the series which I have started for machine learning using Python. We have the first topic, what is Python, why is Python, and integrated development environment IDEs, comparative overview of programming languages. Then we have the applications of Python, then the object-oriented programming, then why object-oriented programming important in Python applications. What is Python? First, we'll see what is Python. It is a programming language. It is the fastest growing programming language and it is most popular programming language. Actually, it's not a new programming language. It came into picture in 1989. Before Java, this programming language, the Python came into the picture. But since last 4-5 years, it has gained more popularity because of the coming of AI and machine learning. It has gained more popularity, the Python language. So the second thing is it is interpreted object-oriented language. So the C++ and Java are object-oriented language, but this one is interpreted object-oriented language. So high level language means we don't have to take care of while programming, we don't have to worry about the memory and architecture of the program. We can just write the code without worrying about the memory and the architecture of the program. It is cross-platform programming language. Like it supports the all the platforms. If you write code on one platform, say on Windows, that can be used in the other platforms like Linux and Mac OS without any requirement of without any modification of the code. Then we'll see see the what is difference between the compiler and interpreter. Actually, Python is an interpreted object-oriented programming language. So just we'll have a small comparison. What happens in the compiler? It is at once the program, the program is converted into the whole program is executed and converted into the executable file. But interpreter, what is doing the process is taking line by line. So it is like easy to debug. So if you have error, it will correctly point out the line of the error without going through all the code. So this is the advantage of the Python using the interpreter. Then we have the other advantages of the Python is simple syntax. So the syntax is very easy. It is similar to English. Only thing, just we need to know some keywords and the syntax simple. Then we can write the program. It is very easy especially for the beginners, and it has a huge library support of NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, etc. So for each library, we have a particular, it will handle a particular set of things. Like NumPy, it is handling the numerical calculations and the arrays. And Pandas, it is taking care of the data and the data frames. Scikit-learn is for the scientific applications. And the TensorFlow is for the machine learning applications and the deep learning applications. In addition to this, we have the Matplotlib and Seaborn, which is for the visualization of the data, which take care of the visualization of the data. And it has a large community support and open source. So it has a large support of the community. So whatever the errors are coming and whatever the people are facing the problem, that is handled immediately, and it is open source. Any people can go and download the software and they can use the software without any requirement of payment. Then we will see the integrated development environments of Python. So Python is supporting the large number of integrated environments. Like Python, ideally, it is for the beginners. Beginners, they can start this inbuilt idea of ideally of Python, which is for the beginners. Then we have the PyCharm, Jupyter. Then we have the Anaconda, we have Eric, we have Spider, we have Atom. So there are a lot of IDEs which are supported by the Python, and you can choose it according to your requirement. The Spider, it is used by the researchers. The researchers, they are using the Spider IDE. Similarly, depend upon the requirement, they can choose the correct IDs for their according to the requirement. Then we will have the comparison, the code comparison. As I told that it is similar to English language, and we have the comparison of the four languages here. The first one, it is C language, the program written in the C language. Okay, so the you can see we have the 7 lines of code, and we have the C++ program. It is also having 7 lines of code, and Java, it is also having 7 lines of code. This is for just printing a hello world. This can be done in Python with just one statement. You can see here it is only done using the one line. So you can compare how the number of lines are getting decreased when you are using the Python. Then we have a comparative statement, actually comparative overview of the programming languages. It is showing how the programming languages have evolved from the basic system programming of C, okay, from the basic system programming of C to the Python, how the programming languages evolved. So the C language, it was only a procedural procedure oriented language, and Python is supporting both procedure and the object oriented. Similarly, the building functions of the building blocks for the programming for C is a function, for the C++ is object, and for the Java it is both object and the class driven. But the Python, it is supporting all the three: function, object, class, everything. It is supported by the Python. So extension it is very simple. For all the languages we have some extension: .c, .cpp, .java, .py, and we have some syntax for comment, making the comment multi-line and single comment. And when it comes to the translation, the Python is interpreted language. It is not compiled; it is interpreted. So this is the advantage of the Python, that it is interpreted programming language, and database support. It is also supported by the database, so you can directly have a connection to the database, and you can work on the database directly. And the one thing it is sensitive, Python is sensitive, is to indentation. You can see that this is important, indentation. We have to follow the indentation while writing the Python program. And one more, the most important advantage of the Python is it is the declaration of variables are not required. It is dynamic typing. You can use the variable directly without the requirement of declaration of the variables at the beginning of the program. As in the case of C, C++, and Java, you have to declare the variable at start of the program, and it is supporting the various applications. The most important feature of the Python is dynamic typing. So the declarations of variables are not required at the beginning of the program. You don't have to declare the variables. You can directly use the variables in the program without declaring that. And we have the applications also. It is the Python is supporting the we can do the lot of applications. There are many types of applications which can be done in the Python. Okay, starting from the desktop, web, gaming, network programming, etc. And it is supported by the, as already we have discussed, it is supported by the many IDEs. You can use any ID according to your requirement. Then we will see the variables in Python. So this already I have told that the variables, there is no need for the variables declaration in Python, but to just recognize the variables, we can declare the variables like that without the data types. Just we see the first one is the name, greeting, and the message, and we are concatenating the message in this. Okay, so just here right side you see that how you are printing that one. Okay, the printing, you are getting the output of this one from this program. We are getting the output after concatenation. It is the hello allies. Then we have the numeric variables. We have like age, height, and weight. So this is the output numerical of the numerical variables. Then we have the boolean variables. Okay, boolean variables also, we have this boolean variables. Okay, we can declare the true or false. This is the output of this program. Then we have the data types here. It is supported by the many data types: numeric data type, sequence data type, mapping data type, set types, and boolean types. So all the four data types are supported by the Python language. And this is the right side. You can see that you can print in this way, like for the numeric data type, for the integer, for the float. You can see that it is supported, like we have to write the syntax for the particular data type, how we have to get in the output. Then we have the variable for the data structures. So we have some data structures which are built in the Python language. This is list variable, list, tuple, and dictionary. So this is how we can just declare the list variable. Okay, then we can use the tuple variables. Then we can use the dictionary variables. So we can print it in this way. The output you can see here. Okay, the output of the list variable is this one. The output of the tuple variable is this one. The output of the dictionary variable is this one. So it is very easy. You can see it is, everything is very easy, and it is very easy for the beginners to start with. Then we have the indentation. As I told that the indentation is very important. Okay, the indentation of the block, indentation in the Python is very important. If you are starting in the block, so if you are starting the block, you have to end the block in the same indentation. So it is like it is very sensitive. If the indentation is wrong, if you the up and down, the alignment is up and down in one block, the program will not get compiled, the program will not get run. Okay, it gives the error. So for this purpose we have to be careful with the indentation. Okay, indentation signifies the end and the start of the block. So this is also one, you just seeing, you know that this is one block. So this is also one feature of the Python, that by just having a view, you know that where the block is starting and where the block is ending. And the you can just have the single comment. Okay, with the hash and with the inverted double commas, you can represent the multi-line comments like this. Then we have which companies are using the Python. So now almost all the big giants, they are using the Python language. Okay, so it is like everybody, the big companies like Google, we have Yahoo, we have Reddit, we have BitTorrent, and all the big companies, they are using for their, in their companies, the Python, they are using for the different purposes according to the requirements. It is fulfilling all the companies' requirement. That's why all the giants, the big giants, are using the Python language. So now we will see the applications of Python. So it is like it is supporting many types of applications. So I am discussing here the major some type the applications which are supported by the Python. The first one is the web development. Okay, this web development is we have frameworks of Django and Flask. Okay, so that is supporting the Python to create a robust applications. Then we have data science and analytics. For that, we have libraries NumPy and Pandas, Matplotlib. So these libraries are being mostly used in the data science applications. Okay, uh, and we have machine learning. For machine learning, we have the libraries TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, PyTorch. Okay, all these libraries are supporting the learning applications. So it is like for everything they have the Python is providing the library. Every type of applications, the Python is providing the libraries, which is making the task of the developers very easy. Then we have the application in the field of automation and scripting. Okay, so automation and scripting can also the repetitive task can be just taken care with the Python language. This type of applications also it can be developed in the Python using Python. Then we have software development. So software development it is mostly used for the software development because of its readability and flexibility. These options it is giving lot of help to the developers to easily develop the applications. Okay, so now after that we have the game development also. Game development also it is easily done in the Python using the Pygame. The Pygame it is supporting the uh, development of games. So then we have the second topic of today. So that is the object-oriented programming. Okay. So object-oriented programming is also very important. Actually, you see that for the small type of applications, we require the procedural approaches enough for the small applications. But if you have a big application with lot of procedures and global variables to develop a real-time application, we need the object-oriented programming. So this approach it has become more popular because of the software design around the objects and classes rather than just logic of functions. What it is doing, it is actually way of structuring the code. Okay, using the OOPS we can structure our codes. So the first thing, the important thing in the primary thing in the object-oriented programming is the object. So an object is a data field that requires unique attributes. So object has the attributes and the methods. Okay. So this is like when you take the example of a class. A class is a blueprint for creating an object. If you want to make a building, okay, if you want to make a huge building, what the architect are doing is they are making a blueprint of that blueprint design of that building. So that blueprint it is the same in the object oriented programming. It is a class. So before creating an object we have to just design the class. Okay, we have to create a class. Okay, it is like a blueprint of the building, and it is a very important the all the for the class is a blueprint for creating an object. It defines the attributes and methods. So it is defining all the attributes and methods an object created it has. So it is giving the total picture of the object. Then comes the object. Okay, so object it is like it is actually this is physically occupying the memory. Okay, the class is only design, but the object is the physically occupying the design. Okay, design of the class. Okay, it is after the creation of the class the object is created. Based on the class the object is created. So real world, if you take the example in the real world, the blueprint, like we have the blueprint for a house. is the class. We can compare the class with the blueprint of the house. Last we have discussed. So if you want to compare with the uh, blueprint of a house, it is a class. It defines the all the houses, all the it has the attributes, like we have, it has the attributes: number of doors, color, area, behavior, the like open doors. Okay, so all are the attributes of the class house is number of doors, color, area, and number of open doors. And you have a house at a street 123, which is blue with two doors. This is an object. So the example of the object is the blueprint of the uh, object is the house, the design of the house. And the you have the physical object, it is the house. Like your house, you have the address. Okay, you have the address, and you have the number of doors, and all the other things are the attributes of that object, object class. Then you have your neighbor's house, that is also one, which is in red in color. This is also one object of the same class. So here we have two classes. Here we have one class. Okay, the class name is house, and we have two objects here. Your house is one with the blue color is one object, and the other one, the red house, your neighbors, is another object. So there are four pillars of OOP in Python. What are the four pillars? Encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. Now we'll see one by one the four pillars of OOPs. The first one is encapsulation. What is encapsulation? Actually, the bundling of the data and the methods that operate on data into single unit. Okay, it involves the restricting the direct access to object. Okay, this is key to maintaining integrity. For integrity purpose, we are implementing the encapsulation. Then how the Python is implementing the encapsulation is by using the name mangling. Okay, we have the concept of name mangling in Python. Okay, this is done to protect the our members. Okay, public members. So it is done by giving the double underscore. Okay, the name before the name, the double underscore is added to restrict the access, so that the common user cannot guess the name of the member or name of the procedure function. Okay, this is how the main it is Python is addressing the security issue. Okay, so it is giving the double underscore starting at the starting, it is giving the double underscore, so that this object is hidden. Then the second pillar of the OOP is inheritance. Inheritance is like it allows a new child, okay, to inherit the attributes and methods from the existing class or a parent superclass. It promotes the what we can do is we can create a child class deriving from the parent class. Okay, so how Python does it? You specify the parent class in parenthesis, then define the child class. This is how we define the child class. Okay, we have a syntax for this defining the child class. Then we have the type of inheritance. We have four types of inheritance: single inheritance, multi inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Multi-level, multiple inheritance, one child and multiple parents. Like same like we have the one child and the we have one child, and same like human being, we have two parents and one child. It is like same it is having multiple parents and one child. This is multiple inheritance. Then we have the multi-level inheritance. We have the grandparent, parent, and child. Then we have the hierarchical inheritance, one parent with many children. Then we have the hybrid inheritance, combination of above resolved by the MRO. Then we have the third pillar of OOP. It is polymorphism. It means many forms. Okay, it allows methods to have different things based on the object that is acting upon them. So how we can understand the polymorphism is the same object, it is behaving differently in the different programs. So the practical example take of myself, like I am teaching in the college. I am a professor for the students, and when I am going back to my home, I am father of my children. And when I am meeting my friend, I am behaving like a friend. So the same person, he is behaving in different ways. So similarly, the objects take different forms. Okay, using the polymorphism, the object take the different forms here. Then we have the types of polymorphism: compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism, duck typing polymorphism. Then we have operator overloading polymorphism. These are the different types of polymorphism. Then we have the abstraction. Okay, abstraction is also a very important pillar of Python. This object oriented programming of Python. So what we are doing, hiding the complexity from the normal user. Take an example: you are going to the restaurant and you are ordering you are ordering parathas, and you are eating that parathas. The person coming to the hotel, he doesn't know the complexity, the what is the background, how the paratha is made. It is starting from the farmer who is sowing the seed and getting the plant, and the you getting the crop. Then after that, the wheat is grinded and made into the powder. Then the cook is making the chapati or paratha. So all this complexity, the person who is eating that, he doesn't know that. So the same thing in the object oriented programming, the complexity is hidden. You only see the front screen, and you are just using that without knowing the complexity. Then we have why we have to use the Python. Okay, why is OOP important in Python application? So we have using OOP application mentioned before in web development, data science leads to modularity, maintainability, scalability, and the dry code. So all these are achieved in Python. Okay, using the OOPs. So it is OOP is very important in Python application. So what is modularity? Okay, modularity means breaking the program into smaller independent parts. You smaller, each handling a specific functionality. So like we have in the figure, you can see we have the four objects. We have student, teacher, course, and environment. So we are breaking our modules into the four parts, so that each class can be developed, test, and reused separately without using the without affecting the others. Each class is each object is independent. Then we have the maintainability, ensure that you fix the bugs or add features without disturbing the others. In the figures, you can see that if I am doing some changes in the class A, it will not disturb the other two classes. Okay, it will, the changes are made in the class A itself. Okay, so without making any changes in the other classes, just we are making the changes in the class A. Then we have scalability, means you can easily expand a program as it grows in size and complexity. Suppose we are starting with the A class. Okay, then we are building, go on building the class B, class C, class D. Okay, so this in OOPS, adding a new feature is simpler. New classes can extend existing ones without disturbing the others, the classes created before. Okay, then we have the fourth this one, the fourth important feature, it is dry code. Okay, the dry code, what it means is the dry code principle helps reduce the code duplication by reusing the existing classes or method. So you are using the in the class A we have some method, okay, we are using in the class B, okay, we are using the class B, we are using the class C. So here we are applying the concept of inheritance, okay, without the common attributes and methods are written once in the parent class and reused in the subclasses, okay, making the code concise and efficient. So this is the we can just avoid the repetition of the code. Once you write the code in the parent class, and this you can reuse in the child classes without just rewriting the code using the concept of inheritance. So the topics we have already covered for this lecture. What is Python? Why is Python? Integrated development environment, comparative overview of the programming languages, application of Python, object-oriented programming, why OOP important in the Python application. So all these topics we have covered. Now we'll see the outcomes of this lecture. Okay, explain the fundamental concept of Python and its significance in modern programming, identify the advantages of Python over programming other programming languages, okay, then use the various IDEs, integrated development environments, okay, recognize the diverse application of Python across the domains, different applications of Python, then understand the principles of OOPS and apply them in Python for a modular and reusable code design. Then analyze the importance of OOP in building efficient and scalable and maintainable Python applications. So we have achieved all the outcomes in this video. So thank you for watching the video. Subscribe for the more videos.